Hello and welcome to From Digital to D&D. In this series, a character of fiction is taken and given a usable stat block for you to use in your games of Dungeons & Dragons. For those of you unaware, each episode of this series will be broken down into the following sections. The character introduction, where I attempt to explain the background of the character. The feature breakdown, where I point out what aspects of the character I'll be attempting to convert. The stat block, where I show off the monster sheet and explain how it works and how to use it. And finally, the plot hooks, where I explain possible uses for the character in your games of D&D. Naturally, any character that features in this series belongs to their respective owners. In today's episode, we're going to look at a titan of comics, one of the most famous heroes in fiction and the best at what he does, Logan, aka Wolverine.
What kind of monster are you? The Wolverine.
Logan first appeared in The Incredible Hulk issue 180 in 1974. In this run, he was deployed by the Royal Canadian Air Force tracking installation to stop the Hulk. The two came to blows and Logan, going by the alias of the Wolverine, put the Hulk through his paces. Logan would next appear in Giant Size X-Men #1, where his story would unfold over many years of comics. Born in 1886, James Howlett was a sickly child until one day his mutant X gene activated. This gene caused James to develop bestial abilities such as keen senses, bone claws in each hand, and a powerful healing factor. Running away from home, James took the name Logan and would wander the world for decades, fighting in several wars such as World War II and Vietnam. This was until the Weapon X program turned Logan into an unwitting subject. The program sought to create super soldiers by inducing mutations in normal people and those already with mutations. Due to his healing factor making him highly durable, Logan underwent a procedure which saw his bones coated in the indestructible metal known as adamantium. This made Logan even more deadly, but before the program could weaponize him, Logan escaped and later joined Department H. Whilst working for Department H, Logan took the name of the Wolverine. After being sent to stop the Hulk, Logan was later contacted by Charles Xavier to join the X-Men, a team of mutants who fought for peace between humans and mutants. He would find a bond with the X-Men and together go on countless missions that saw him fight the likes of Magneto, Apocalypse and many more foes. Unlike other members of the X-Men, Logan is willing to use lethal force and is a prominent member of X-Force, a team who handles more lethal matters. One thing is certain, Logan is the best at what he does, and what he does isn't pretty. Logan is a mutant, a species of human known as Homo superior. Mutants are born with powers and abilities unnatural to normal humans, and they can form in countless ways. For Logan, his mutation gave him more animalistic tendencies. The most obvious mutation is his bone claws, which he can extend out of his knuckles. Whilst made of bone, they are more durable than normal bone, and once covered in adamantium, they became capable of cutting through almost anything. It should be noted that these claws don't have natural exit points and have to cut their way out each time Logan uses them. Logan also gained heightened senses, his strongest being his sense of smell. Logan can pick up scents and tell them apart with ease, similar to a dog. Logan's final mutation is his healing factor. When Logan is physically hurt, his body regenerates at a rapid rate. Few beings in fiction can heal as fast as Logan, and fewer to the length he can. So long as Logan's brain isn't killed, he can regenerate his entire body from just a skeleton. And destroying Logan's brain isn't easy, as it also regenerates and is covered in an indestructible metal-covered skull. Keep in mind that a bullet through the brain doesn't instantly shut the brain down, and drowning it takes an extra long time due to the healing factor. Logan has come back from being a literal skeleton, and his aging has slowed to a crawl. Whilst old age eventually caught up with him, his lifespan is much longer than other people's. His healing factor can even help him resist telepathic threats, mental scar tissue forming in his brain. A side effect of Logan's animalistic traits is his aggressive, near-feral nature. If angered enough, Logan can enter a berserk state where he throws caution aside and goes all in. This hair-trigger anger could sometimes put Logan in more trouble and has been known to cause him to instinctually lash out at allies. Speaking of lashing out, Logan can leap great distances. It's not uncommon for him to lunge at an enemy with his claws pointing out, ready to impale them. The fastball special is a common team technique between Logan and Colossus, as the latter throws the former at high speeds. Wolverine is a titan of comics, and that is in part due to Hugh Jackman's iconic portrayal of the character. With his final time playing the character coming soon, it felt right to give Wolverine a stat sheet. And here it is. Please feel free to look through the sheet at your own pace, but I'll start making my way through the sheet now. Wolverine is a medium humanoid with a human subtype. I know mutants and humans are different species, but in D&D terms, Wolverine is close enough to qualify for the subtype. If it really bothers you, then you can make him a shifter or whatever else you think is appropriate. Alignment was tricky, but I'm going to say Wolverine is neutral good. Logan has a caring side to him, and he fights for the right things. But he has also shown a disregard for rules. Wolverine has an armor class of 19, which comes from his unarmored defense. He has an average hit point total of 159, which comes from his 19 D8 hit dice and 74 constitution bonus. Wolverine has a walking speed of 35 feet as he's faster than the average person, and thanks to his claws, he has a climbing speed of 30 feet. Wolverine has the following stats: 20 strength, 16 dexterity, 22 constitution, 12 intelligence, 15 wisdom, and 15 charisma. He has a +9 to strength saving throws, +7 to dexterity saving throws, and +6 to wisdom saving throws. He also has a +9 to athletics checks, +6 to intimidation checks, +10 to perception checks, and +7 to stealth checks. Wolverine is resistant to psychic damage and any bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage from non-magical attacks that aren't adamantine. For those unaware, adamantine is D&D adamantium. Moving on to senses, Wolverine has blind sight out to 30 feet and dark vision out to 60 feet. He has a passive perception of 20 and knows common. Wolverine comes in with a challenge rating of 9, making him one of the more deadly humanoids. Next up are the traits, and Wolverine's first trait is Adamantium Claws. This trait treats adamantium like adamantine, meaning Wolverine's claw attacks count as adamantine attacks. Wolverine's next trait is Animal Empathy. Beasts understand the meaning of Wolverine's words, but Wolverine doesn't have a special ability to understand them. Healing Factor is special, as I wanted to make it more distinguished from the normal regeneration trait in D&D. Wolverine regains 40 hit points at the start of his turn so long as he hasn't taken any damage since his previous turn or if his brain is destroyed. In addition, if Wolverine is at full hit points, he's immune to exhaustion, poison, and disease. We've seen countless times that his healing factor kicks in when there is a pause. It should be noted that there is no way listed to turn this trait off. That means this will kick in even whilst Wolverine is at 0 hit points. Enhanced Hearing and Smell gives Wolverine advantage on perception and survival checks that rely on hearing and smell. Leap states that Wolverine's long jump is 30 feet and his high jump is 15 feet, though he needs a running start. Next is Telepathic Resistance, which gives Wolverine advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. Wolverine's final trait is Unarmored Defense, which lets him add his Constitution modifier to his AC so long as he isn't wearing armor or using a shield. Next up is actions, and Wolverine's first action is multi-attack. This lets Wolverine use Leaping Impalement if it is available, before then letting him make 3 attacks made up of Claw or Slam attacks. Claw is a melee weapon attack with a +9 to hit against one target within 5 feet of Wolverine. On a hit, the target takes 2d12 plus 5 slashing or piercing damage, which Wolverine can choose between. Say that 3 times fast. If the attack is a critical hit, the target suffers a deep wound. The deep wound can be treated with a DC 17 medicine check, or if magical healing equal to the damage inflicted is applied. For example, if the attack that caused the deep wound dealt 20 damage, then 20 points of magical healing would heal it. Whilst the creature has a deep wound, it loses 1d8 hit points at the start of its turn. Slam is also a melee weapon attack with a +9 to hit against one target within 5 feet. On a hit, the target takes 1d6 plus 5 bludgeoning damage. Wolverine's final action is Leaping Impalement, which has a recharge roll of 4 to 6. Wolverine leaps at a creature he could see within 30 feet without provoking opportunity attacks. Wolverine lands in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the creature, which must make a DC 17 dexterity saving throw or take 5d12 plus 5 piercing damage on a failed save. Wolverine has one bonus action, and that is Extend/Retract Claws. This simply lets Wolverine extend or retract his claws. However, when he extends his claws, he takes 1 piercing damage, and if his claws are retracted, Wolverine can't use his claw attack or Leaping Impalement. Finally, we come to reactions, and Wolverine has 2 options. First is Claw Block, which lets Wolverine add +4 to his AC against an attack he can see as long as his claws are out. This isn't like Parry, as he can block anything that is an attack, even spells. His other option is Feral Frenzy, which recharges after a short or long rest. When Wolverine is reduced to a quarter of his total hit points or lower, which is 39 with the average health, he can enter a Berserk state. Whilst in this state, Wolverine has advantage on attack rolls, and the range of his Leaping Impalement is doubled to 60 feet. This lasts for 1 minute or until Wolverine is knocked unconscious. Wolverine is a threat you'd have to work hard to stop, as killing him isn't possible for most creatures. Applying Wolverine to a game of D&D is easier than one might think. His abilities are not that abnormal in the realms of D&D, and the same goes for mutants as a whole. There can just be people born with natural abilities, and Wolverine, or a being similar to him, ended up with claws and healing. You could even argue that Wolverine is a type of shifter. There are also options on how to implement him. Maybe the party met him for a similar reason the Hulk did. They were causing trouble in the area, you know how adventuring parties can be, and Wolverine was sent in to stop them. Logan spent a long time wandering the world. You could have him be another passerby, but when a threat comes to town, the party sees this man protrude claws and heal with ease. When they try to find out more, they just get brushed off. The team dynamic could also work for using Wolverine. Perhaps the party have been employed by a group similar to the X-Men, and Logan is the one who travels with the party on a mission. His gruff nature would serve to explain why the party still have to do work, and Logan can fight a larger threat whilst the party deals with one more suitable for their level. He could also serve as a mentor, something that he's done plenty of times before. But what if the party stand opposed to Wolverine? Now, they have to deal with an unkillable threat hunting them down. Logan's senses make him an expert hunter, and he can sniff out his prey. A whole premise of an adventure could be trying to stop this threat that is constantly pursuing the party and having to find out a way to kill it. Or at the very least, contain it. There's nothing stopping you from putting this stat block on another entity who's less noble. But with that, we've reached the end of today's video. Before you head off, I would like to thank you for watching, and I hope you managed to get something out of this. The stat block for Wolverine is available on D&D Beyond free, and the link to it is in the description. I hope you all have a great day, and may your dice roll favourably. Goodbye for now.